morning, American. It's Friday.
Jonathan Mark, Fridays at 8, here on AM 1480 WLEA.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Paul Harvey. And it's Friday already? Really? That was a really fast week. A little strange, but it was a fast week. Anyway, Friday is always the best time of year, no matter when it occurs, even at the end of a week of really strange news. This week was, it was totally unreal. We led off, last weekend with the fact that we survived the polar vortex. And I'm thinking of marketing this morning. How about a t-shirt that says, I survived the polar vortex? I think that'd be a real seller. I don't know. It used to be called the cold front, but now it's a polar vortex, and we made it through somehow. Whew, man, that was close. What else? Next, we had the, what I think much overhyped Super Bowl, which had the lowest TV viewership in a long time, and the Patriots won. Oh, why did they win? Probably the Russians. I can't think of any other reason. Anyway, it was much to the annoyance of a lot of people who hate the Patriots. I call it the Yankee syndrome. Now, the Yankees, of course, are the most winningest team in baseball history, which is why a lot of people hate them. Anyone but the Yankees, anyone but the Patriots, because I've noticed, this is kind of weird, but we love a winner until the winner wins too much, and then we hate them. I don't know why, but I call it the Yankee syndrome. Then what? Then we segued into the State of the Union address, which became something of a carnival sideshow, what with ladies dressed in white costumes dancing in the aisles, and the Speaker of the House photobombing the President during his address. Nice, mature behavior there. That was really good. And then what? Then we learned of the plan in Virginia to allow the killing of babies for 24 hours after they're born. After they're born, under certain circumstances. Now, my question is, why stop at 24 hours? Why not 48? Why not a week? Why not a month or a year? Or maybe 15 years? Why stop at 24 hours? I don't get it. Anyway, this is, of course, if everyone agrees. Although I don't know how much the baby will have to say about all this. The baby might have a slightly different opinion. But I don't think the baby will be asked. Anyway, I guess it's not really important down there. Then we have what else? We have the news that the investigation is cranked up again into how much influence the Russians had in the 2016 election. It being impossible that Trump could possibly have won it on his own ideas. It had to be something else. Anything else. Let me see, what else have... Oh yeah, then yesterday came this new Green Deal that they're talking about in Washington, or some people anyway. Under this new Green Deal, it would make airplane traffic or airplane flight illegal or something. So you couldn't go anywhere by airplane. That's handy. And it also calls for replacing every single building in America, which could probably cost, a couple of $1 million, I guess. Probably trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars to replace every single building in the country. Anyway, that's a brief roundup of this week's news. As I said, it was kind of unreal, but there you have it. News. There's the key word. Now, my computer has Windows 10 as its operating system. And with Windows 10 came the MSN alleged news site. It's an aggregate of news stories. MSN, or as I affectionately call it, my socialist network, the so-called news stories focus primarily on how horrible President Trump is. Okay, fine, it's all opinion anyway. I understand that. It's all op-ed, really, so fine. Oh, plus it has a lot of stories about Meghan Markle, whoever she is, Hollywood stars, all that stuff. And every morning when I wake up, and I still wake up at the same time I did when I worked in news full time. Sometime between 1 and 2 in the morning. I can't shake it. Go figure. Anyway, the first thing I do is check out the MSN site. And then I check out YouTube. And between the two, you can get a fairly accurate picture of where our popular culture is on any one day. It's not pretty, but there it is. And the one word that pops up more than anything else, other than Trump, of course, is outrage. Apparently, everyone is outraged over something or other. Outraged, furious, whatever. Outrage seems to have become the new national pastime like baseball. People are outraged over this, and they're outraged over that. A lot of energy going to waste. You know, it takes a lot of energy to be mad all the time. No, not mad, but totally outraged. And that's why I have come up with a new game. And if I play my cards right, it could possibly sweep the nation. It's called the Outrage Game. And here's how it works. You get a group of like-minded individuals, friends, and have you noticed it's getting almost impossible to hang with people you don't agree with ideologically? There'll probably be an argument in no time flat. Anyway, let's say 6 people. A half dozen. Plus one more who will be what I call the moderator. Everyone is sitting around the kitchen table, and in the middle of the table is the outrage meter. It's a vertical meter about a foot tall. And attached to it at the bottom is a wire. And at the end of the wire is something like a pulse oximeter that clips on your index finger. And that clip measures your blood pressure, pulse, and respiration rate. And through a complex mathematical formula, it gives a numerical value to your outrage. So here's how it works. First, everyone antes up $10. Okay, and that is put aside. Now the moderator reads a story from a website or newspaper or something, and everyone gets a turn to express their outrage at the story, or the topic, or the issue. Why, that's totally outrageous. I can't believe it. Everyone gets a turn, okay? And whoever has exhibited the most outrage, as indicated on the outrage meter, wins that round. See? And after several rounds, whoever has exhibited the most outrage over the most topics wins the game. Then they can take the money everyone anteed up at the beginning of the game and schedule a visit with their local mental health therapist. So not only has everyone had a good cardiovascular workout, but they've shown their friends how sensitive and caring they are. It'd be ideal for all these social justice warriors out there. It'd be totally perfect. Now, is this timely or what? I think it could supplant beer pong as the go-to social game of the 2000s. Now, all they need is some financial backing. Where can I get financial backing? I mean, it's going to take a lot of R&D. I got to get a copyright. I got to get a patent. Then a manufacturer to actually make all this stuff. So it's going to take a little bit of financial backing. How can I do that? Okay, here's what we do. You can send me small unmarked bills, preferably. I'd like small unmarked bills in an envelope, okay? And send it to the station here, okay? And I will get that money. And then if I get this thing patented and on the market, we can split the profits. So I think it's a surefire winner. The outrage game. Might as well put all this outrage to good use, I think. I don't know. Anyway, okay, what else is going on in news this week? Well, we have the, let me see, if you think that everything is turning upside down, things are certainly right side up at the Melbourne Zoo in Australia. Where did I see this? I don't know, some news site somewhere, I don't know. Anyway, the Melbourne Zoo in Australia has now, well, the administration was worried that their snakes, the snake exhibit, the snakes in the zoo, were getting fat and happy, okay, and lazy. So they built a gym for them. And that's the word used, a gym. So they built a snake gym. And apparently the idea is they put these snakes in a tank of water. It's almost like a wave pool. And these snakes are supposed to swim against the waves. And in that case, they'll work off extra pounds and be in tip-top shape. Now, there are a lot of unanswered questions here. Is this like a mandatory thing? Must the snakes attend this gym? Or is it voluntary? So do they take out a gym membership or something? And is it just a wave pool? Or is there more equipment there, like Nautilus or Universal or something, or free weights? Is there I don't know, a basketball court? So I don't know if they join this gym, I don't know. Is there like a juice bar there or something, or they just swim? I see. It's questions like that people leave out of really important stories that really get my curiosity going. So anyway, everything is right side up at the Melbourne Zoo in Australia, at least as far as the snakes go. Okay, what else have we here? Oh yeah, not a botanist, a biologist in Wisconsin has found something that apparently nobody else has ever found: pink flying squirrels, or rather precisely hot pink flying squirrels. At least he claims he found these hot pink flying squirrels. I don't know. Was he drinking? I mean, who knows? But he found these hot pink flying squirrels, and apparently he and his colleagues can't figure out why these squirrels are pink. I don't know. That's kind of mysterious. Have you ever heard of a hot pink flying squirrel, Brian?
Not lately.
Not lately. You know, a pink flying squirrel sounds like one of those umbrella drinks. Yeah, I'll have a pink flying squirrel and easy on the grenadine. You know, I don't know. Hot pink flying squirrels in Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin, by the way. Okay, so anyway, what else have we here? Oh, the snow. That's right. The glaciers and the snow. I think the snow is melting in the Himalayas. The snow is melting in the Himalayas. And by 2100, all the snow will be gone, and everybody in the Himalayas is going to drown or something. I don't quite understand how that works, but apparently the snow is melting in the Himalayas, and it's all over.
Snow's flooding all over the place. Over in Campbell, they had some flooding because of ice jam in the river there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was earlier this week. That was in, I believe that was in the Corning Leader.
Oh, as a matter of fact, Route 21 by the Alman Dam. That ice.
Yeah, how's that?
Wow, it's fine now, but the other day, I mean, there was a real massive ice jam there, and I was kind of thinking that starts backing up. It's going to wind up in our backyard. I got pictures
from somebody in Arkport over by Meadowbrook area, the bridge over there, and they sent a picture of an ice jam. I think it was on Tuesday.
Oh, really? Well,
But Flanders, Mayor Charlie Flanders, we talked to him, and he seemed to think everything was going to work out, and we haven't heard of any situations there.
Huh. Well, I was thinking that if that ice jam by the dam here, if that backed up, it would wind up literally in our backyard.
Yikes!
Okay? Because we have flooded a couple of times over the years, you know.
Yikes!
And it doesn't really take much, so I got to watch that dam up there. Let me see what else. Well, let me see what else are we doing here. Are we going to take a break? I guess we're taking a break. We'll be back.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In NBA news, the trade deadline came and went on Thursday, and Anthony Davis was not traded by the Pelicans to the Lakers or anywhere else. In moves of note, the Raptors acquired Marc Gasol from the Grizzlies, the Bucks pick up Nikola Mirotic from the Pelicans, and the 76ers shipped out former #1 pick Markelle Fultz to the Magic. On the court, the Lakers win a thriller over the Celtics in Boston, 129-128. Former Celtic Rajon Rondo hit a buzzer beater to win it for the Lakers. LeBron James added a triple-double, 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 12 assists in the win. Raptors over the Hawks, 119-101. Toronto rallied down 17 points to get the victory, and they joined Milwaukee as the only teams in the NBA at the moment to hit the 40-win mark. They're 40-16. Thunder over the Grizzlies, 117-95. Oklahoma City star Russell Westbrook gets his 8th straight triple-double, one off the NBA record. He had 15 points, 13 rebounds, and 15 assists. Pacers over the Clippers, 116-92, and the Trailblazers down the Spurs, 127-118.
From the Fox Business Network, Sears Holdings has survived another challenge in bankruptcy court, so the 425 stores targeted to be part of a smaller company will remain open. Bankruptcy Judge Robert Drain will allow executive Eddie Lampert to proceed with buying the company out of bankruptcy. The Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, which will cover retirement benefits, reached a deal with Lampert's ESL hedge fund. The judge ordered St. Jude's Children's Hospital to work with ESL on charity money it's owed. Google is pulling its high-speed internet service out of Louisville. It launched in some neighborhoods back in 2017. MarketWatch says it had problems installing the service. You could own a piece of restaurant delivery company Postmates. It has filed with the government to go public. The Dow was down 220 yesterday. NASDAQ dropped 86, S&P down 25. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
get up first thing, smoke a cigarette. Before lunch, after lunch. Now that I'm talking about it, I kind of feeling like I've lost about 4 hours of every day. I decided I needed to find an alternative. So I started looking, and then Juul came up. I did both for a while. Eventually I just switched over, and it's very quick.
Mimi made the switch July 2015. Make the switch at JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Do you need...
Rob, Mr. Carolyn.
That's my father. How are you?
You know, you're right. You're absolutely right. When somebody calls me Mr., Mark, I think of my dad.
Same here.
So, what's the weather looking like here?
Well, it's looking like some big changes, Jonathan. We've been mild for part of this week, but cold front, which has pushed through the area this morning, has said goodbye to that. Seeing some really powerful winds behind the front so far. The worst of it's been Buffalo into Rochester and Syracuse. Buffalo earlier this morning saw some gusts over 50 miles an hour. And we're also seeing some strong winds down around Dunkirk and all the way to Erie, Pennsylvania. It's a sign of how potent this storm is. And anytime you get temperature differences of about 30 degrees across the front, it'll be pretty strong. What we're looking at today is a wind advisory. It goes into effect at 1 o'clock this afternoon, runs through 1 tomorrow. The winds will pick up across the southern tier as we head through today. A lot of cloudiness, a few peaks of sun, and we may even see a flurry or snow shower. There's a little bit of light snow now starting to develop on the east side of Lake Erie. Some of that may head our way this afternoon. Temperatures are going to slide back to about 35. Sun came up this morning, 7:15. It'll set tonight at 5:34. We're mostly cloudy, breezy into the overnight, and much colder. Temperatures tonight falling back to 10 to 15. A cold winter's day coming up for tomorrow. Should average out partly sunny. We're breezy, probably around 25 tomorrow. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, 10 to 15. Looking ahead to Sunday, clouds in the increase. May see a late day snow shower or two, 30 to 35. And then it's partly sunny, a little bit milder for Monday, Jonathan.
Okay. Now, Brian was telling me that you were something of a history buff.
A little bit.
Okay, totally, absolutely, totally off topic. This has nothing to do with the weather. But what did you think of Ken Burns' Vietnam series?
I actually haven't finished it. I had a chance to work my way through the Civil War series. My interest in American history is really around the Civil War period because I kind of see it as a pivotal event in the country's history. But I have seen some of it. The big thing that surprised me with what I've seen is that the South, well, at the time, it wasn't the North Vietnamese government, but what eventually became the North Vietnamese government actually wanted to work with the United States, and that overture got completely ignored by the Truman administration.
Huh, interesting. Now, when did we get involved in Vietnam?
Well, we got involved in Vietnam in the late 19th. Well, we were involved with Truman, but it was more the French. It was French Indochina. And after the Battle of Dien Bien Phu, where the French got beaten, we kind of started to pick up more of a supportive and leading role in Vietnam because of the domino theory. And things really started to accelerate under the Johnson administration after President Kennedy was killed in the early and mid-1960s.
Now, isn't it interesting that the war was ended by a Republican?
Yeah, but it was going to be ended by somebody because it had just reached the point that, public opinion was so against it. I remember being a little kid living in New York City, seeing the protesters. I remember one time going out for a TV commercial shoot down by the United Nations in Manhattan, and the construction workers were throwing bricks down from the building at the protesters down in the street. And I remember my mother running us into a building lobby and asking the attendant working at the lobby if we could stay there because she was worried about our safety.
Wow. Well, when I was in the service, I was in the Navy, and I lived in California. And when you got home, the reception was not precisely what you would like. I can say that.
No, I remember that. I remember how they were treated, and that's why anytime if I'm out at a diner or out buying lunch and I see a vet, particularly a Vietnam vet, I usually pick up their tab.
Okay. Rob, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the historical insight and the weather, and see you next week.
You got it, sir. Have a good weekend.
Do you need physical therapy for an injury or illness? It's here. St. James Hospital has a brand new PT clinic. With state-of-the-art therapy and fitness equipment, we can address all your PT needs, such as joint and back pain, work and sports injuries, concussions, vertigo, Parkinson's and stroke care, arthritis and fibromyalgia, and much more. Best of all, you'll get personalized one-on-one care from one of our experienced, friendly team. Same-day and walk-in appointments are available. Call 385-3790 or visit stjames.urmc.edu.
Save up to 50% off at local businesses in our certificate sales. Go to our website, WLEA.net, then click on Certificate Sale for all the details. You can pay with a credit card online or choose to pay cash in person, then come up to our station to pick up your certificates. Now, if you don't have a computer, come up to our station here on Ashbrough Hill Road, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. till 4:30 p.m., where we have a list of all the items for you to look at. Now, here are some of the sponsors we have certificates for: B&D Stoves, Big Papa's, Country View Crafts, Leon Lacey Professional Services, Patty's Pub and Grill, also Star Automotive. And be sure and check back often because we're always adding new certificates. Thanks for saving money with us here at AM 1480 WLEA, also Fun 92.1.
And back we are, just like we said. Now, I was thinking off topic. There is no topic. There's never any topic. I don't know. Brian mentioned he has a website up there, This Day in History.
This Day in History, I throw a lot of questions at Alfred State History Professor Dr. Nick Waddy when he's on Wednesdays. And the day before that, I throw some questions at Dr. Gary Ostrower from Alfred University.
Okay, well, I can't.
It's the History Channel's page.
I can't compete with them. Just what did happen on this day in history?
Oh, there's all kinds of things. Let's see. 1971, South Vietnam Army invades Laos. It was dubbed Operation Lamson 719. In 1985, the founder of British luxury automaker Jaguar dies at the age of 84.
Okay.
President Grover Cleveland signs the Dawes Severity Act in order to end tribal control of reservations and divide their land into individual belongings.
Okay.
This one's interesting, and I feel sorry for the actor here. Jack Nicholson, on this day in history, smashed a windshield in California. It was on this day, February 8th, 1994. Now, how embarrassing is that? He settles, he pays the guy. He lost his temper in a traffic jam and ran up to a guy's car and smashed the windshield with a golf club. How embarrassing.
Well, remember when with the Tiger Woods and his wife and his car and the golf club and all that? Apparently, it's like a big thing that Hollywood people do or something, or stars or something, break windshields.
There was a blizzard in 1978, a nor'easter in New England, and put Massachusetts and some of those states, Vermont, under several feet of snow.
Well, I moved out to California the second time, or actually the third time, 1977, and I missed that winter, which apparently was a really bad winter here. So I was reading about it in California, by the pool. Okay, I was reading about all the bad weather here, out in California, 3,000 miles away, which was really
nice. Sounds nice.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So anything else? That's it?
There's a couple more things, but we are out of time, Jonathan.
Oh, okay, that was a fast half hour. Okay, now usually I give my email address at this time. My email. I haven't received an email in a week because the email is down. So next week I'll have a new email and give you my email address. Okay, thanks. See you. Bye.